Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Learning Podcast. Today's episode takes you somewhere completely different from our previous stories. No cafes, no morning walks, no simple daily routines. Today, we are going to the airport.
Hello, passengers of Flight 17 bound for Caracas, with stops in Atlanta and Miami. The departure gate has been changed to 30B. Also, there will be a slight departure delay due to inclement weather outside. The ground crew is in the process of de-icing the wings in preparation for departure. It also looks like the flight is slightly overbooked, so we are offering complimentary round-trip tickets to a few passengers who are willing to take a later flight. We should be boarding about 1/4 hour. Thank you for your patience.
The place where everything looks organized, but secretly chaos is always hiding somewhere. Let's begin. The airport atmosphere. Airports are unique. They're full of people rushing, waiting, checking screens, looking confused, dragging suitcases, or sipping cold coffee while staring at the departure board. It is the perfect environment to learn real practical English because anything can happen. And in today's story, something definitely did. The check-in desk. I arrived at the airport almost 2 hours early. Everything seemed normal. I walked to the check-in desk, waited in line, and finally reached the counter. The woman behind the desk smiled and said, "Passport, please." I handed it to her. She scanned it, looked at the screen, looked back at me, and then frowned. "Are you sure you're on this flight?" Her tone was polite but confused. "Yes," I said. "I booked it last week." She typed again, and then a sentence that made my stomach drop. "I'm sorry, but your ticket isn't showing in our system." Great, my trip was already falling apart, and I hadn't even passed security yet. There are some useful expressions here. Without switching the storytelling flow, I'll highlight some useful phrases. "Are you sure you're on this flight?" Repeat it after me. "Are you sure you're on this flight?" "It's not showing in our system." She frowned. Her tone was polite but confused. These are very common in real airport conversations. Anyway, back to the story. The panic moment. I tried to stay calm. "There must be a mistake," I said. She nodded and replied, "Let me double check that." She called another staff member and they checked everything again. Same result, no ticket, nothing like my booking, and vanished into thin air. Vanished into thin air. Disappear into thin air means disappeared. Then she said, "Do you have the confirmation email?" I said, "Yes," until I opened my phone. Inbox, nothing. Spam, empty. Search bar, nothing again. It was like the email had never existed. "This is officially weird," I said. She laughed softly and said, "Honestly, this happens more often than you think." Not comforting, but at least she was nice. She looked at my passport again, then suddenly said, Wait, this isn't your ticket number." I was confused. "What do you mean?" She pointed to a tiny sticker on the inside of my passport, a sticker I had never noticed before. "This is baggage tag," she said, "and it doesn't match your name. It looks like someone accidentally placed their baggage tag inside your passport at security." My brain froze. Someone else's luggage tag inside my passport? How did that even happen? Here are some useful phrases directly from that moment. Repeat it after me again. It looks like someone accidentally placed their baggage tag inside my passport. What do you mean? This is officially weird. More often than you think. These are supernatural and very commonly used. And the solution, she scanned the little sticker. Suddenly her screen changed. She smiled and said, "Found it. Your ticket was linked to someone else's baggage tag. Just a system glitch." Glitch. A glitch is a small technical problem very common in airports. Finally, everything made sense. She printed my boarding pass, gave me my passport, and said, "You're good to go." You're good to go means you can go right now. I took a deep breath, and the kind of breath that feels like you just survived level 1 of the day's chaos. And the security check, here there is another story. Of course, the adventure wasn't over yet. At security, the officer pulled my backpack aside. "Do you have a bottle of water inside?" he asked. I said, "Just a tiny one." He smiled and said, "Tiny ones are still not allowed." He threw it away gently and added, "This happens every 5 minutes." We both laughed. Final phrases from the episodes. You're good to go. You're good to go means it's time to go. System glitch, that was a kind of technical problem. Not allowed means you cannot go somewhere. You are not allowed. You are not allowed to bring a bottle of water. Happens every 5 minutes. Happens every 5 minutes. It's clear. It happens every time. Double check means I can check it for the second time. Double check. Confirmation email. Confirmation email. You can check your email, and there is a confirmation number or confirmation email that can confirm your ticket. All extremely useful in real life situation. At the airport, there are some English languages, extra situations, and useful phrases that you must know at that situation. For example, you want to check in your luggage, but it is a little overweight. The phrases you must use is, "Hi, I'd like to check in for my flight." "Is there a weight limit for checked bags?" "Oh, it's overweight. How much do I need to remove?" "Can I move a few things into my carry-on?" "Is there an extra fee for this?" Let's check them again. Overweight. Overweight is used whenever your baggage is oversized. So you say it's overweight. How much do I need to remove? And can I move a few things into my carry-on? Carry-on is a kind of luggage. You can carry that on the airplane. And at the security check, there's a situation. You forgot to take your laptop out of your bags. And the phrase, "Sorry, I forgot the laptop. Should I run it through again? Do I need to remove my shoes? Is this bottle allowed? Can I step aside to organize my bag? Thank you, have a good day." And these are some kind of phrases you can use at the security check. You lost something, you lost your boarding pass. You can't find your boarding pass. So you say, "I think I lost my boarding pass. Can you reprint it? Do you need to see my passport? Is there anything else I should verify? Thank you, I really appreciate your help." And seat problem on the plane. Someone is sitting in your seat. You say, "Hi, I think this might be my seat. Let me check my boarding pass." "No worries, maybe we should ask the flight attendant. Could you please help us sort this out? Thank you for your help." Thank you for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. Airports are stressful, yeah, I know it, but they are full of natural English opportunities. Asking questions, explaining problems, understanding instructions, and dealing with mistakes, staying calm under pressure. I hope today's story helped you learn practical English in a fun, smooth, real life way. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Safe travels, and may all your baggage tags stay where they belong. Bye bye.